So which Java version you have used?
Yeah, mostly I have used Java 8. So the features basically I have used of Java 8, but in my project I have used JDK 11 to build, to compile and build it.
Okay, so what are the new features which has been included in Java 8?
Yeah, so there are various features which has been included in Java 8, like Lambda expression is there, functional interface, stream APIs, optional class, and then datetime API is there, parallel stream is there. Yeah, so all these things are there.
Okay, okay, so what is the purpose of using all these concepts in Java programming? Do you have any idea about it? What is the basic concept? What we are fixing by using these features?
Yeah, so the main purpose is to make the code more concise, readable, and more maintainable, right? So that is the main purpose, and the the basic idea was like at the time of when Java 7 was there in the market. So at that time, Python and all had come into market, and they had the functional way of solving the things, right? They had the features like using which with minimum line of codes people were achieving the things. So in Java also it was thought to bring the functional interface thing or functional way of programming. So lambda expression is like we can directly pass behavior as a argument instead of creating the separate class. So this makes the code more concise and readable, right? So if we have a comparator, right? So in comparator we have compare method, right? So we don't have to write the that class for that. So instead we can we can write that in one line, like it is taking the argument of a and b and a compared to b. So simply we can do that. So we don't have to write whole bunch of line of codes. Yeah, so that was the reason I think why it was brought into picture.
Okay, okay, okay. Can you explain functional interface bit more?
Yeah, sure. So functional interface in Java is an interface that exactly has only one abstract method, and it can have multiple default and static methods. So whenever we have functional interface, so on top of that interface, we can write the annotation at the rate of functional interface. If it won't be functional interface, so that add functional interface will be showing the compilation error kind of thing. So yeah, so that's what is the functional interface.
Okay. Can you share your screen and write a program?
Yeah, sure.
So you need to write a program to find the second largest number from array in Java. Okay?
Yeah, let me create the class. Yeah, so I need to write the program to find the second largest number from array, right?
Yes. Can you please write the code for this?
Yeah. Yeah, so for this. Let me create an array. So let me take some random numbers, maybe 10, 5, 8, 25, 20. So it so duplicates also can be there, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So let's say one more 25 is there or something like that. Then mm, we can write so first of all we will do the check because we are trying to find out the second largest number. Okay, so we can simply sort it and so I think arrays has the sort method and we can pass array in this. Okay, and then let's say we can say int n equal to, so this will give me the length. I will iterate it and I will find out the second largest number. So for int I equal to so second highest number, uh, so it will sort in ascending order. So we want it from the last, right? So it will sort it like 5, then 8, then 10, 20, then it will say 25, then 25. So we want the last one. So n minus 2, and we have to ignore duplicates in this case. So we want this one, right? Okay, so for that I greater than 0, I minus minus. Okay, so we'll start from n minus 2 and if found that one as unique, in that case it will take that one, otherwise it will move to next one. So if array of I not equal to array of n minus 1. Okay, so n minus 1 and I both are not equal. In that case only I will mm, array of I. Okay. So in this case, we will have this one. So array of I. So this will be the one. So let's say second largest. For time being, I will define -1 if it is not found. Okay. And here itself I will say break. Okay, so it will come out of it. Now we can print like, yeah, so I think this one will do the job.
Okay, can you run it?
Yeah, yeah, so we have 20.
Okay. Any other condition you would like to add here? Or any other check you think you should add?
Any other check? Uh,
Okay, on in line number 10, can you just keep only 10 and remove the other elements from there?
okay. Okay, you are saying to keep only this much.
Yes.
Okay, so I will have to do the check. Like if the this length should be at least 2. So for that, um, yeah, we can do one check here. If uh, array dot length length less than 2, in that case we can maybe throw an exception. Throw no, illegal argument is there, I think. Yeah, we can use this one. Okay, that array must have at least 2 elements. Yeah, yeah, I think now this is fine. Yeah, now we can see the message clearly.
Okay. So, do you think this is the most optimized approach or anything better you can think of?
uh, any better approach?
Is this necessary to use arrays.sort?
Okay, so you are saying like using normally comparing each integers with another one.
Yeah, what will be complexity, time complexity for this?
Yeah, for this, uh, I think sorting takes O of n log n.
Okay. And what is the time complexity? Suppose if you would have used a simple for loop, okay, and there you were comparing each and every element with another element. So what do you think that what was the space complexity for that?
I think a single for loop it will be O of n. So yeah, I think if I would have written a simple compare between the uh, two integers, then it could have been better. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to try that way? Can you now enhance your code?
Yeah. So after this, uh, what we can do? Mm, so this code will be same, and what we can do? We can take first of all largest and second largest mm, number, largest equal to teacher dot min value. Okay, so this further we can use. So for loop, now we will iterate each of them. So if number greater than largest, okay, in that case we will say second largest equal to largest. Okay, then you can also update the largest equal to number. Okay, so okay we, and if number is greater than second largest and number not equal to largest, in that case second just equal to number. can just say second largest equal to, if second largest equal to integer mean value. So let me, if this value equal to this, then not found, we can say. Else we can say second largest. Okay, and this result will be the second largest number. Okay, so if I run this, okay, sorry, so we have only one item right now. So let me add some, let me add this. Yeah, so this is the most optimal solution for this.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, so here you have again one more way is doing using Java 8 streams, right?
Yeah, we can use Java to streams as well here. Yes.
Okay, so why didn't you go for that?
Yeah, because uh, I think that won't be this much of efficient. So this, I think this one is the more efficient than that. And if I had to do in Java 8, then again we were going to sort it, and then we were going to again apply skip any one of that, and then we were going to add multiple functions on that. So I think that was going to be less efficient.
Okay, so in that case, when we should go for streams and when we should go for traditional for loop?
Yeah, we can go for a traditional for loop whenever we have performance critical code is there. So performance is the main focus for us. Okay, and streams basically works with objects like integer, double, and all, or collections are there. So in that case, we can go for a traditional for loop, but collections objects are there and integer, double, all these are there. In that case, we can go for the streams. But for traditional for loop, if we have suppose directly we have primitive data types, right? So in that case, we should choose always for loop, traditional for loop. So it will be because it will be behaving faster. Okay. So yeah,
Okay, so what is intermediate and terminal operations in Java 8?
intermediate operations are like we have filter, map, right, distinct, sorted. So all those are called intermediate operations. So they allow chaining the multiple operations without processing the elements immediately. So those are intermediate, and terminals means which is added in the end, so that triggers execution and produces a result like a value collection or for each, find any, right? So all this comes as a terminal operations. So after this terminal operation, the stream we do usually close it, or we cannot use that stream further. Okay, so that's the termination of that. So yeah, that's the difference between these two.
Okay, okay. Okay, so what is the difference between array list and linked list?
Yeah, array list is backed by dynamic array, and linked list is based on the doubly linked list. In the array list, elements are stored in the continuous memory locations, and if arrays become full, so it's resizes to the by doubling its size. Okay, and in case of linked list, each element contains a reference to the next node and previous element, so it does not rely on the like memory. So the nodes can be scattered in the memory, like it can be anywhere. So array list is not ideal for insertion or deletion in the middle of the list. So if we insert or remove an element at a specific index, so it involves shifting the elements to accommodate the changes. Okay, so the time complexity basically increases. So linked list performs insertion and deletion operation much more efficiently. So since it only requires changing the links to of the like neighboring nodes, so insertion and deletion at any position I mean that takes very less time, and as long as uh, uh, we don't have any node references or something like that. So this is a significant advantage between these two types of collection. So basically, in short, whenever uh, we we have the requirement, like we want the fast random access, and um, our use case involves a frequent read operation or access by index. So in that case, we should go for array list. And if we are dealing with the deletion in the middle or insertion in the middle, those kind of stuffs, in that case, we should go for the linked list. So this is the difference between these two.
Okay, okay. Okay, suppose if we want to preserve the insertion order in set, okay, so what collection object we will use for that?
For that, we can use a linked hash set.
Okay, okay, okay. So coming to hash set and linked hash set, so which one you think is faster?
Faster in the sense, uh, I think I mean, if we are searching any element or inserting any element, in that case, both will take O of 1, so it will be same. Uh,
Okay, then why we have these two different collections? Why we don't have only a linked hash set? Because that is serving the purpose of maintaining the order as well as the uh, making the uniqueness, right?
yeah, I mean, it is faster. I mean, hasset is bit, we can say, better. I think on the memory side, memory consumption side, hasset is a bit better because in linked hash set we have a doubly linked list underlying to the linked list, right? We have doubly linked list, right, to preserve the insertion order. So that requires little bit of memory. So yeah, so I think uh, when it comes to memory, in that case, hash set will be better. So that is why we have these two different types of collection.
Okay, okay, okay. So how SOAP is different from REST?
Yes, so and REST are both two different approaches to build web services, and they have significant differences in terms of design and use cases. So SOAP is a protocol that is strict, we can say, and that uses XML for message formatting and supports complex features like security transactions and like all the ACID compliances. So that is more ideal for enterprise level application where these features are more crucial. Okay, and REST is more of an architectural style of like that leverages the standard HTTP methods like get, post, put, delete, and typically uses JSON for data exchange. And this is also more human readable, we can say. And in SOAP, we have to use the tags of XML and all that format comes. So from there, we have to get our data and further check that. So SOAP is kind of better suited for the situations whenever strict security and reliability and transactions are required. So like in banking applications and all, usually they use SOAP and all. And although now, I mean, REST also can be used, but yeah, I'm just saying. So basically, choosing the between SOAP and REST, it depends on the specific need of the application. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, so what is the difference between application context and bean factory?
Uh, both core interfaces, both are the core interfaces in Spring Framework and used for managing beans, but they serve a slightly different purpose. And the bean factory is most basic container in Spring that provides the fundamental features for dependency injection. So it is responsible for creating and managing beans in lazy loading manner. So it means that beans are instantiated only when they are required, making it more memory efficient. However, it offers limited features compared to application context. Okay, so and whenever coming to application context, so that is extension of bean factory, we can say, and that provides all the features of the bean factory. Okay, so like it has additional capabilities, but it is like kind of not lazy loading, like it is kind of, we can say, eager kind of loading. So all the methods and all will be always be available. So it is more commonly used container in the Spring because it supports like eager initialization. Okay, so so it offers some additional functionality like AOP and some other functionalities are also there. So those comes with the application context. Okay, so yeah, so that's the difference between these two.
Okay, okay. Okay, what is the circular dependency in Spring?
Yeah, circular dependency means like suppose we have multiple beans, or let's say we have two beans. So we have A, we are trying to create the bean for that, and but ultimately that requires the object of B. Okay, and again B also requires the object of A. Okay, so Ultimately, I mean, it's kind of deadlock situation we can say. So they both are dependent on each other. So in that case, we say this situation as a circular dependency.
Okay, so what is the difference between Spring and Spring Boot?
Yeah, Spring is like it is a framework for building Java-based application that requires manual configuration for beans, services, and components. So Spring Boot, on the other hand, we can say that reduces the need for complex XML or Java-based configuration. So it comes with the predefined so many like libraries. So it provides embedded servers, auto configuration, and production ready features like health checks, metrics, and logging using AOP. That's the difference between these two mostly.
So what is the significance of at the rate of Spring Boot application?
Yeah, add Spring Boot application is the combination of three more annotations underlying to that. So one is at the rate of configuration. So that is for the configuring Spring Beans, and then at the rate of enable auto configuration to enable Spring Boot auto configuration mechanism, and for add rate of component scan to scan for components configuration and services in the current package. So yeah.
Okay. So what is the purpose of Spring Boot auto configuration?
Yeah, auto configuration in Spring Boot automatically configures the application based on the libraries available in the class path. For example, if Spring Boot detects a like any database in the class path, so it automatically configures connection to the database without needing manual configuration in XML or in Java or anywhere. So yeah, so that's the purpose of that.
Okay. So what is Spring Boot actuator?
The actuator provides ready-to-use endpoints to monitor and manage the Spring Boot applications. It provides some, I mean, URLs or we can say endpoints along with that. So, like we have info, metrics, health, environment. So all those are there. So yeah.
Okay, okay. So what is Spring Boot starters? Any idea about that?
Yeah, Spring Boot starters are pre-configured set of dependencies that simplify the setup process for various functionalities. For example, a Spring Boot starter web we have, right? So that includes dependencies for building web applications, including Spring MVC and Tomcat. So there are some other starters also like Spring Boot Data JPA, Spring Boot Starter Security, and all is there.
How can we configure multiple profiles in Spring Boot?
Yeah, we can use add there to profile or application like profile dot properties is there. So we can use add there to Spring Boot application with add there to profile to create the beans that are available for some specific profiles. So for dev, test or production, so we can use for that.
So do you know at the rate of value annotation?
Yeah, add there to value annotation is used to inject value from the configuration files. So in application or properties or YAML file, we can uh, suppose whatever property is there, we have defined over there, and we want to use that in our application. So in that case, we can use add data value, and then dollar like that whatever the property name is there, that we can give inside that, and on top of whatever the primitive data type we will be having or variable we will be having, so its value will be stored to that one.
Okay. Now in SQL, what is the difference between where and having clause?
Yeah, where clause is used for to filter records before any grouping occurs. So while having a clause is used to filter records after grouping. Okay. So where works with the individual rows while having works with the aggregated data.
And what is the difference between union and union all?
A union combines the result of two queries and removes the duplicate records. And while union all combines the result and includes all the records, so it does not remove the duplicate ones. So that is the main difference between these two.
Okay, so what is the difference between truncate and delete?
Yeah, delete removes rows from the table based on a condition and can be rolled back. So if you are using the transactions and all, but truncate removes all the rows from the table without a condition and cannot be rolled back. Okay, and it is typically faster because it does not generate individual row deletion logs or something like that. So ideally, yeah, it depends on the situation. If we want to completely delete, we will go for truncate, and delete means it will just delete. I mean, and it might, if we want, we can roll it back also.
And what is key and foreign key? What is the difference?
Key and foreign key, yeah. So key means a primary key, you mean, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, primary key uniquely identifies each record in a table and cannot have null values. Okay, so that we say primary key. And foreign key is a column or a set of columns that links one table or to another. Okay, so that ensures uh, referential integrity by enforcing valid references between the tables. So yeah, so that's a difference. So whenever we have one table and we can have the let's say first column as a primary key, but again in the next table uh, we can have the another column like which might be the foreign key reference uh, for that first table. Okay, so based on these references only we query the uh, bit in the tables and we get the data.
Okay, okay. So do you know the difference between char and varchar?
Yeah, char is fixed length data type. That means that it always store the specific number of characters. Like we can say char of 10 and all, right? So it always store 10 characters if we are giving char of 10. And varchar is a variable length data type. So it stores only the characters provided. Suppose we give varchar of 10, so that will store up to 10 characters but use only as much spaces as needed.